So just I'm recording the script. So this is the virtual user generator. So what is the virtual user generator? Which purpose we can use? Anyone can answer? What is the virtual user generator?
Recording and enhancement of script statements.
Yes, we want to record and after that it generates script statement purpose and enhancements purpose we can using for the virtual user generator. Means using this virtual user generator we can record the script. Like what is our business flow? So what is the business flow? Business flow nothing but, for example, you are doing for ad booking application is your business flow. Maybe you are doing for the Facebook application. Assume so maybe you are doing Facebook application. Then what is your business flow? Application to application will be business flow is different, right? So for example, we are doing for the Facebook is our project. Okay, Facebook is our project. Then what are the things we need to perform? We need to launch the URL. Launch URL. And after that, what we can do? Login. And after that, what we can do? We can upload video or we can download video. These all will be transactions. Download video. And after that, what we can do? We can post the ad. Post the ad. And we can do for the sixth point. Like again, what things we can do? We can share. And seventh point, like and comment. And we can do for the watch video also, we can do for live. So based on that, just I'm giving for the just this is the our business flow. So business flow nothing but which application you are testing, that application, what are the scenarios you have. If it is a flight booking, maybe you are cancel ticket booking, that is a one scenario. Maybe you are doing for the Facebook, so that is the scenario. So based on that you need to say which application you are testing, that is the business flow. So each and every business flow we want to do for the scripting and performance testing point of view means we need to record the script, and after that script recording we can do for the some scripting enhancements. So where we can do those things means we can do for the using for the virtual user generator. So you can observe here we have the 5 components in LoadRunner. How many components? 5 components. What are they? Means virtual user generator and controller and agent process, load generator and analyzer. So now we are everyone we know for the virtual user generator. Means we want to record the script and the script to generate purpose, and as same to that we can do for the any scripting enhancement purpose we can use for the virtual user generator. So that will we can do for the like 5 to 10 users only we can do for the in virtual user. But as a perform testing means what is the perform testing? We want to execute with the multiple user load, and we need to observe the like each and every transaction we are meeting our SLA or not, we need to check. So that is why what is the script we are developed in the virtual user script, we can like push to the controller. In the controller we can design scenario like we want to how many number of user we want to execute and what is the test duration time. And after that you can click on execution in the run tab, click on execution, it will be execute. After execution is completed, then we need to analyze the results. Analyze the results where we can do using for the one more component, analyzer. Using the analyzer tool we can analyze the results like each and every transaction. See this everyone we can call it as a transaction. Each and every transaction how much response time happen for the average of the 1000 users. So actually our SLA will be 2 seconds, but it is the more than that or not you need to check. So this is the things we can do for the virtual user generator. Now we'll go to the virtual user generator. We can record on simple scenario and can click on record button, and after click for the record button we are able to see the start recording and web tour. This is the script name, and you can observe here record where which application you are recording. You are recording web application or Windows application or any remote application. So based on that, you need to select for the any one of the application. Like for example, we are doing for the web application only, right? You need to select for the web browser. Sudarshan, please mute yourself. Okay. So now we are selected for the web browser. This is the application. Application nothing but we have the different type of browsers. Maybe you can record any browser also fine. If it is a Edge or Firefox or Chrome. So you need to select here which browser you want. So I am selecting for the Internet Explorer. So this is also important URL. So which URL you need to give? Like which application you are testing, you need to give that URL. Now we are testing with the web tour application as a flight booking application. That is why I given that URL. Maybe you are doing for the Facebook application, then you need to give for the www.facebook.com. Means which application you need to test, that URL we need to give here. So now we can do for the web tour application only. Okay. And after that, we need to, before start recording, we have the some recording options will be there. So you want to record means some recording options we need to set. So what are the things we can observe means can click on recording options. So maybe your first time install your system also, you need to set for the recording options. So you can observe in the recording options, we have different type of recording options will be there. So starting will be recording is there. You can select a recording. So you can observe here when you are recording for the web protocol, we can see the two types. We can see the HTML levels like HTML based script and URL based script. So when we can switch from the HTML to URL, we'll let you know. But now we are recording HTML based only. In the HTML based, you can observe HTML advanced will be there. You need to click on that advanced, and here you can observe. Actually, this is the web link, web submit data will be there. But you are recording web application, you need to record properly means we need to select for the second option. A script contain explicit URL, only web URL and web submit data. Means only these two functions only it is generated, then you can give for this. Because why we not select this means this is the web link, nothing but it's images. So you no need to test for the images, because no need to, because what will happen if you select this, images will be load, your script will be response time will be take high. So no need for the images. For each and every page we have the different images will be there. So that is why we need to select for the script contain explicit URL, web URL and web submit data. And this is the non-HTML generated, we need to give for this record within the current script step. Means what are the script you are recording, only that we want to record. So you need to select this. So these are the prerequisites. So you need to set for the in advanced mode these two, and after that click on OK. And after that you can click on script and protocol. You can observe while giving like click on add new script, right? We are giving for the selecting for the protocol web HTTP HTML protocol. So that protocol it is displayed here. And here one more thing is important thing is the mapping and filter. Only we have your important thing is recording and mapping and filter for the now only. Okay. So here you can observe capture levels will be there. We have the capture levels will be different kind of capture levels like socket level, VNet level and socket level, VNet level. So when we can go with the socket level, when we can go with the VNet level means, see you are recording any web application, you must will go with the socket level data only. So you are recording any application, you need to web application you are recording means we need to select socket level data. So you need to check for the recording settings before recording. Okay, it is socket level is there, not there. Maybe you are recording any desktop based application, then you need to select for the VNet level. And maybe sometimes what will happen means you are recording the script, but you are unable to recording some request in the script. So at that time you can select both also is possible. You can select both. So this possibility only when you are unable to recording some request, then you can use for this. But always you are recording web-based application means you need to select for the socket level data. So these things will be important. After that, you can done for the recording and mapping and filter. You can click on OK, because what are the changes we did? It is applicable means you need to click on OK. So after click on OK, now you need to start recording. So you need to, first thing will be, you need to recording options. You need to check for the two recording and advance in the mapping and filter. That is the important thing. And after that, we need to start record button. This is the start record button. Just click on this start record button. So which browser we are selected? See, it's a recording events. So I'm not opening anything is manually. Everything is automatically, it is generating. See, now you can observe it's a launch page is already done. So after launch, what we need to do? We know for this business flow. What we need to do? We need to
Enter
log
login
in.
details.
So we need for the transaction name also very important. Yesterday class we know, right? Because you want to measure the particular transaction response time means you need to must give for the start transaction, end transaction. If you not given start and transaction, what will happen means, okay, what will happen? Your transaction response time will be you not measure properly. So then we need to give for the start transaction, like what we are doing. We are doing for the login, right? You can give for the transaction name is login and click on OK. And after that, you can give for the username is Jojo and password is a default. Bean will be there. Click on login. So login is started and login is ended. Ended means you need to end the end transaction. Just click on login. After login is completed, what we are doing? We are clicking the flight. You can give for the start transaction name is click on flight. Click on flight. And after that, you can perform the action. Click on flight. And you should wait for the end. Before doing the end transaction, you should wait for until this page will be loaded or not. You need to check, because what will happen if you not this page is not loaded, your stop recording stop means this transaction will be going to the some other transaction. So that is why you should wait for the until this page will be everything, like if it is images will be there and if it is everything will be loaded, then you can end the transaction. Is the next transaction. Click on flight. Next, what we are doing, we are finding the flight. So we can give as a transaction name. We done right. Okay. Then you can give the transaction name is a find flight. Click on this. Okay. Then you can perform the transaction. Like you can select for the departure city and arrival city. And if you want change for the departure date, return date, and if you want changing for the seating preferences, type of seats, so you can give for this way and you can click on continue. So this transaction is London to Paris. These are all the available flights. So if you want to give for the transaction name means you can give, otherwise this is also find flight only, right? So that is why I'm not giving. You can select for the any one of the flight and click on continue. And after that, next transaction will be payment details. You can move for the transaction name, payment details. And you can give for the details of the payment details. What are the things will be mandated things? You need to give for those things. And after that, enter for the credit card number and expire date of the credit card. And click on continue. See, payment is done. Then you need to end the transaction is payment. I think we have find flight is not also. So now final transaction, what? Sign off. Can give for the transaction name is sign off. And click on OK and click on sign off. So this is our business flow. Then you can end the transaction, and after business flow enter is completed, you need to stop recording. This is the button, stop record button. Just you can click on stop record button. Then automatically the code will be generated. No need to write manually single code also. Okay, everything will be, the code will be generated. So you can observe, so code is generating, and you can observe recording report we are get. See in the recording report, this is the one thing is important. You can come here. This is the our URL. You can observe here. I will copy. Already we have URL, right? See, not this one. I think 127.0. is there, right? You can click on just this. See, 127.0.1 means this is our URL. So if it is the along with this will also will be there. Then what will happen means this is the Microsoft is not our URL. So no need this URL means you can uncheck this and you can click on regenerate button. Then what will happen means what is the junk data? It is a Microsoft, right? It is removed in our script. And only our what is the web2 script only it will be generated. Now we can go to the action part, and we are able to see the now everything. See, so login we did, allow start transaction login, and login is ended. You can observe Jojo Bill username password I given, and login is ended here. And after that, click on flights. See, click on flight started and ended, and find flight started and ended here. And payment started, end transaction, see, came here, but it's because it is not ended properly, so we can give for the manually also. So before payment only, we need to end the find flight. Just add. And after that, you can observe payment started, like we are given for the address and credit card and expire date. So you can observe, and after that final transaction will be sign up. So now we are able to see for the entire code. So what are the things we need? Everything will be done. But launch we are not given, right? You can give for the manual also, we can give. So you can select a particular surroundings and click on surround with the transaction and give it as a name, launch URL, and click on OK. Then start and end transaction you are able to see. So 1 or 2 transaction is fine, but maybe it is more than we have the 100 transactions, then manually we need to enter means that is very difficult. So that is why while recording only we need to give for the proper transaction names. So now everything is recorded. Now we need to understand the which functions will be generating if we are recording for the while recording the script. So now we'll manually open this URL. Okay, and we need to understand application also. So this is the application. So launch you are doing. What you are doing, you are entered URL and you are clicked. So if you click means which function it is generated, you can observe. So launch transaction, which function is generated? Web URL function is generated. You can observe which function? Web URL function is generated. Means you are clicking means web URL function is generated. After that, what we are doing? We are doing for the login. Like we are entering username and password and click on login button. Means you are entering some data. So in login, which function is generated? You can observe here. Allow start transaction login, and which function it is generated? Web submit data is generated because you are submitting some data to the application. You are submitting the data to the application. That is why it is generated as a web submit data. Means we are just click means it is generating web URL. Maybe you are entering any data means it is generating for the web submit data. And after that, next transaction we can observe. Click on flight. So we can go to the application. What you are doing, you are clicking. See, now you can observe you are just clicking. Just click. So if you click means which function it is generated, you can observe. Click on flight. Which function it is generated? Web URL function is generated. Now we guys will be clear one thing. Maybe you are clicking to the application, means which function it will generate it? Sudarshan? Web URL it will generate it. Maybe you are entering some data, means which function it will generate it? Web submit data will be generated. Now you can observe here, this is the transaction find flight. We are submitting some data like departure city, arrive city, departure date, arrive date, and we are number of passengers, and we are these all things we are submitting to the application. So that is why which function it is generated? Web submit data is generated. Now go to the next thing, and here also we are submitting to the application because we are selecting for the flight, and means this flight we are submitting to the application. So that is why it is generated as a web submit data. This is the flight number and flight. And after that, next what we did, payment. Payment also you are submitting some data, like you are entered for the address one details and address two details and credit card number, expire date. So these all things you are submitting to the application. That is why which function it is generated? Web submit data is generated. And final transaction you can observe. So after that, we are sign off we are doing. Sign off how we are doing, just this everything you are submitting, and after that we are after submitting we are clicking the sign off. So if you click, means which function it is generated? Web URL function is generated. Now everyone is clear, right? Means you are submitting some data to the application, means which function it will generated? Rani?
Submit data.
Web submit data.
Web submit data. Okay. So maybe you are clicking, means which function is generated, Vimla?
Web URL.
Web URL generated. So now
It automatically generating web URL and web submit data.
Yes, we automatically when we are recording, right, in the recording options we are seeing, we are selected for the in the recording we have the HTML advanced, and we are selecting for the script content explicitly URL and web submit data you are selecting. So that is why web URL means if you are click anything, it is generated web URL. Maybe you are submitting any to the application, then it generated web submit data.
How we will know we should submit this particular one?
Sorry?
How we will know we should select this particular one, not the other one?
Yeah, this will be default thing when you are before recording script, right? In the HTML advanced, you need to set for these two things, web URL and web submit data, and record within the script. This is the default things. So because already I told, right, maybe you can select this is also fine. But what will happen means it is generated
images,
web submit form and web link. Web link
images.
Nothing but it's images.
Yeah. Okay.
So what will happen means images it will be record, means what will happen means your application will be very slow, then your response time will be high. Actually, what is our main performance testing aim? Our response time will be
SLA.
we need for the we are meeting SLA or not, we need to check. So that is why we need to keep this is the correct things like web URL and web submit data and record within the current script steps. It's clear?
Yes.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah. So I'm stopping for today class up to this. Okay. You guys also like install your software and try to just record this URL. I'm sharing this URL to everyone in the chart window. Just copy and keep it in Notepad. This is the URL. Okay. So will
Okay.
tomorrow onwards we start for the this all things I will show you this. We have the 5 components, each and every component what we think do, and what is the load runner architecture, and as same to the we have the PT life cycle will be there. PT is nothing but performance testing life cycle. So you need to do for the performance testing means we need to follow these steps. So what are the steps? This POC, non-functional requirement gathering, test plan and test data preparation, script recording enhancements, design scenario, test execution, result analysis, reporting and recommendation, and risk and mitigations. So everything we need to explain. Like you need to do for the performance testing means these 10 points we need to do. This is the end-to-end testing we can do. So we can discuss for the tomorrow class LoadRunner architecture, and these all things we can explain. After this entire 10 points completed, we can start our script and we can record script, and after that we can do for the some scripting enhancements. We can go with the one by one. It's clear?
Okay.
Okay, thank you for joining. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow. Okay, bye.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.